Hello everyone. Today we're going to be doing a scenario where every single United States gained independence. So here we have this map and we can see all the United States they have now gained independence from Washington all the way to Florida. So what we're going to be doing is like having this scenario where all of these countries are going to be like either working together or just fighting with each other. Basically like the world just continued with these states being independent. And it's not just going to be the states, it's also going to be the countries. Or not the countries, the territories, like Puerto Rico, American Samoa, and all of that stuff. And if you can hear it, my birds are just like in the background, so just ignore them a bit. I guess that's all I have to say. But yeah, anyways, let's go on with the first war. The first war is going to be with Virginia. And before I start, I just want to say I get my inspiration from two creators, which are Adiz Pro and this one other YouTuber I'll put on the screen. I don't remember their names, but I'll put them up on the screen. And they're really good inspirations for me to like do this. So yeah. So here Virginia is going to declare war on West Virginia to unite the two, but it's not going to be very easy for them, you know, because like this area is mostly mountain, and West Virginia has a pretty good like front over here, so their best option would be to start over in the Panhandle. However, they don't do that, and instead they start attacking the poorest county in West Virginia, and the poorest county in the entire US. But before we do that, let me just put their capitals. Richmond and then Charleston. So yeah, Virginia is going to invade through McDowell County. Yeah, that's the name. Meanwhile, West Virginia can't really push that much because they just started invading through their good area, like, because there's a lot of mountains in this area. But they're going to try and invade anyways. And they do pretty good, however, still, Virginia has the advantage. So they're going to start invading to the Panhandle now. And all looks bad for West Virginia. Because, like, no one's gonna help them. However, West Virginia will continue to go through with their defenses. They just focus with their military over in Virginia. So they keep going on and make a bulge towards Richmond, however. It doesn't work that well. So the offensive fails and then they get pushed back. And now Virginia will continue to invade throughout West Virginia. And it's just looking bad for West Virginia at all. Like, there's no way they could win at this point. So encirclement starts happening, and then, yeah, just West Virginia surrenders. So in the treaty, it's going to end up with Virginia just annexing the entire thing. And here we now have the new United Virginia. Let me just fix that up a little bit. Alright, so here we have the new United Virginia, and now we're going to move over here to California. Now, California is just very aggressive, and they're over here wanting to invade some countries, and they're going to do that with Nevada. So yeah, they decided they wanted to invade Nevada. And along with that, they also decided that they wanted to invade Mexico, because they want Baja California. And so it's going to be very easy over here in Nevada, as most of it is just desert. It's going to be easy invading Nevada, as most of it is just desert, so it's kind of just an easy breeze for California, because they're like nothing compared to it. As Nevada is basically just Las Vegas and their capital, which I think is over here. So yeah, they will continue to be invaded, and it's just not looking good for Nevada. And eventually they'll just push over and get really close to Las Vegas, which is like their only major city besides their capital. And so they split it from the rest of Nevada, and then it's just over for Nevada. So eventually they surrender. Anyways, I forgot to put capital, so I'll just put it right now. Sacramento, I think it's over there in Nevada's capital. And now we have Mexico over here. And you know, they aren't really going for the entirety of Mexico, they're just going for Baja California and Mexicali, which is over here. So they're just going to like invade. They easily storm through Mexicali, and they just continue to go through the rest of Baja California. Eventually they do this operation on this island over here, and then Mexico just decides, you know what, you can have California, which is probably unrealistic, but I'm not sure. Would Mexico want to give up Baja California? If any of you are Mexican, just let me know. But what is the world's reaction to what is happening right now? I mean, the US basically just collapsed, and California is going aggressor mode. So what's the world's like thought on this? Well, let's go over to Europe. So France's opinion is that they don't really like how one of their greatest allies from the start of their independence just fall apart. They don't like watching that. Germany, like how they get like, I guess you could say they're happy because now the US won't take credit for everything that they make, like how they took the idea for the atomic bomb and stuff like that. Britain, they would also be like pretty mad, just like France. Same with Ireland. Italy and Spain, they would be mad. Portugal, mad. And then Serbia, they would be happy. Kosovo, they would be really sad because like now they have no supporters. Ukraine would be absolutely cooked as well as Israel, because like what are they gonna do? They just lost their strongest ally. And then over here in the Middle East, Iran would be happy. Iraq, I feel like there would be mixed opinions on this. Russia, for one, they would of course be really happy. China, they would be really happy. Same with North Korea, South Korea, Japan, India, And the Philippines, they'll just be mad as well. And then let's see, Australia, they would be sad. New Zealand, I don't really know. And then over here, Morocco, they would be like terrible because like Algeria and the Western Sahara, they could easily take advantage of the US no longer existing. And then Canada would just be like happy, I guess, because they can take Alaska, which they've sort of wanted, I guess, if you look at colonial times. But yeah. So now we're going to go through the treaty of this, and it turns out that California will just annex this whole thing, and then they will also take Baja California for themselves. And in Mexico would just stay like that. They just lose Baja California, that's really it. And now Mexico just really doesn't want to be a part of this, so they decide, you know what, just please leave us be. We're gonna be neutral like Switzerland. We promise. And here we have the Treaty of, let's do the Treaty of Mexicali, we'll just call it that. And it involves just California annexing Baja California and the entirety of Nevada. So Nevada really never had a chance. And already throughout the video, we've already had just a big Virginia and a even bigger California. So what's next, you ask? Well, it's going to be Idaho versus Oregon. And if you don't know, there's been a big movement to move Idaho's border over to like this area, and it's called the Greater Idaho Movement. It's kind of funny, but like they're serious about it, and it would kind of make Idaho look like the shape of a middle finger, which, okay, I guess you can do that if you want, but like I don't really get the reason. Like, what's the reason for this? But I guess I'll just let it happen. In both countries, I would say they're pretty weak. I'm not really sure. I will study this more in the next episode, but like for now, I'm not really sure. And I'm pretty sure Oregon's capital is like Salem over here. Then Idaho's, maybe it's over here. I have no idea what it's called. But anyways, Oregon, they're like pretty much struggling, and that is until someone comes to the rescue. And it is Washington. They want to help their buddy Oregon just reclaim all of the Oregon territory. And that includes Washington, and Idaho. So that basically just happens. They help them do that. And now let me put Washington's capital. And so they reclaim all that land back. They reclaim all that land back away from Idaho. And then they start to invade into Idaho, which is very easy because I'm pretty sure there's nothing there besides mountains. And Idaho just gets surrounded and eventually they surrender. And now we have the Treaty of Salem. And in this treaty, Washington and what's it called again? Oregon, they're going to unite. And this union is just gonna be between them, so maybe British Columbia will join and make like a Cascadian union or something. But for now, it's just gonna be these two. And along with that, they also annex Idaho. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And that's going to do it for today's episode. But before we end it off, I just want to say one thing. What will be NATO's reaction towards this? Well, for starters, all the past NATO members, which I'm going to color in right now, and this is the full map of NATO. I know I missed like some territories, but they're not really important. So now that NATO has lost their biggest ally and their most crucial ally, it does like a big impact. So they start looking for new members. And these new members are going to be Georgia, Azerbaijan, Cyprus, Kosovo, Bosnia, Virginia, Alaska, because they're really close to Russia and they know they're going to be like puppeted or invaded if they don't. Hawaii, Morocco, Israel, Jordan, Saudi Arabia, India, Taiwan, South Korea, Japan, the Philippines, Thailand, Australia, New Zealand, Florida, Texas, the Oregon Territory, and Peru. And now you can look at the NATO map. It has greatly expanded to more than just the Atlantic or the Northern Atlantic. And now what? Well, that question will be answered on the next episode. I hope you enjoyed episode 2. And if you have any suggestions, please let me know in the comments, or criticism too. I like criticism because it helps me learn and do new things. And that's going to be it. So, like, follow, and subscribe. Or not really follow. Because, okay, whatever. Bye.